So horse apiece, which side you want to work on here. I'm going to pick the left side to work on, just because I don't like changing things into secants and cosecants, but really I think if you work with the right side, you'll find it just as easy. So what I'm going to do here, you know what, actually, I am going to work on the right side. Here's why. When I look at the left side, odds are I'm going to end up with like crazy fractions. You know, let me do it both ways. Okay, so secant beta is 1 over cosine beta. So right now I'm working on just the left side. And then I'll get 1 plus, now secant beta again is 1 over cosine beta. Which I could go 1 over cosine beta over cosine beta plus 1 over cosine beta. That is 1 over cosine beta times cosine beta over cosine beta plus 1. These guys cancel, and I'm left with just 1 over cosine beta plus 1. Now, what I'm going to do here is I want sine squared on the bottom. And I know, so here's the thought. The thought is that sine squared of an angle is equal to 1 minus the cosine squared of that angle. So I'm going to break this guy down into 1 plus cosine, 1 minus cosine. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, I want this guy. What I have is just this guy, which is this piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply top and bottom. It's like multiplying by 1 by cosine beta minus 1. What that's going to do is when I multiply these two guys on the bottom, and I'll write it out the long way. So the top multiplied across, that's not a problem. That's going to give me cosine beta minus 1. The bottom will give me cosine beta plus 1 times cosine beta minus 1. And if you FOIL that, you'll end up getting the following. Now, you might say, oh, well, I can factor back out the bottom and cancel something at the top. Yeah, if you do that, you're going to end up back here. Okay, you don't want to do that. So this isn't sine squared. I'm going to make it sine squared by going like this. I'm going to pull a negative out of the bottom. And then I'm going to get 1 minus cosine squared beta. When you pull out a negative, what it does is it reverses your order if you have subtraction in between. Notice if I multiply my negative back in, I'd have negative 1 plus cosine beta, which is this guy over here. I'm going to take that negative, I'm going to put it on top, because notice that my order up here needs to be reversed. So if I take the negative and put it on top, we'll get that. Now on the bottom, I have 1 minus cosine squared beta, which we know is going to be sine squared. So on the top, I'm going to get negative cosine beta plus 1. And on the bottom, I've got sine squared beta. So the top is 1 minus cosine beta, and on the bottom, it is sine squared beta.